Enzo Recto, kalaban ang katiwalian at kasinungalingan, kakampi sa katotohanan at kabutihan.
We were talking about why didn't you seek the permission of the students' parents when you rescued them from the Lumad school?
Well, it is absurd, no, to ask for permission of the parents when the students and teachers are already in the brink of dangerous situation. So, dahil meron naman kami National Solidarity Mission. So, siguro wala nang nagawa yung mga teachers and students to call the administrator of their school na kasama namin, and they asked for our help. So, yun naman yung nangyari doon, at tingin natin yung sinasabing permit sa parents bago sila i-rescue ay mukhang hindi ito realistic.
Okay.
Yes, they do have permit sa school, no, na makapasok doon sa eskwelahan nila. Pero that time nahihingin yung permit para i-rescue ang ating mga estudyante at mga parents. That is absurd.
Okay. Representative Castro, yung isa pa pong sinasabi dun sa decision was that the children were put in danger kasi pinaglakad sila sa bundok under very dangerous circumstances. Madilim, delikado, pwede silang mahulog sa mga ravine. How do you respond to that?
Well, naging decision yun ng mga teachers and students dahil nga talagang pinaalis na sila sa school. In fact, one of the testimony nga ng isang teachers, ng mga teachers testimony nila na nakikiusap sila that they should stay for the meantime during the night para umalis na lang sila by morning. Pero hindi talaga sila pinayagan. Talagang pinilit silang pinaalis sa eskwelahan. At ayun, mga nakaamba yung mga tabak at mga pana, no? At talagang sinara na talaga yung school. So saan sila pupunta? So that time wala talaga Katrina, napupuntahan yung ating mga estudyante.
Okay. Representative Castro, isa pa pong tanong nung mga critics and even discussed in this case is bakit po may ganong klaseng threat against these teachers and these students?
Well, in the time of Duterte, no, these Lumad schools ay sinasabihan nila na mga NPA school, sinasabihan nila ng mga kung ano-ano binibintang dito sa mga eskwelahan na ito. In fact, more than 200 yung naipasara na mga Lumad schools built by the parents and religious groups and other multisectoral groups. Kaya talagang may mga ganito talagang mga eskwelahan dahil nga hindi naabot ng pamahalaan ang serbisyo ng edukasyon dito. And another thing, no, sabi ng ating mga estudyante rito at mga teachers, pinaalis sila doon sa kanilang mga lupang ninuno dahil may mga development project, hindi lang naman sa Talaingod sa ibang pang mga lugar sa Mindanao, may mga kung ano-anong development project, mining, logging. Kaya kung nandoon yung mga Lumad ay makakasagabal doon sa mga project ng mga malalaking kumpanya. Kaya sinasabi nila, at sila din yung tumututol sa mga ganitong mga development project. At yun ang dahilan kung bakit may mga nagbabakwit, bakit may mga may mga bakwit schools, at para magkaroon naman sila ng serbisyo. Kaya talagang malahalim talaga yung dahilan na mga ipinaglalaban ng ating mga Lumad brothers and sisters dito sa Mindanao.
Congresswoman Castro, National Youth Commission Chairperson Ronald Cardema was among those who lauded this decision. He says na it was quite questionable why a sitting House member was actually there in that mountainous area trying to steward students across the mountains at a very late hour. Why was there a need for a sitting lawmaker to be there at that time?
Well, I will not dignify the statement of the National Youth Commission because hindi niya naintindihan. Wala siyang alam sa pangyayari. So wala siyang pwedeng masabi sa pangyayari. No? Bakit kami nandoon? Because as a lawmaker, as a government official, you have to extend your help. Dito, lalong-lalo na, ako, ang advocacy ko talaga, no, makatulong, lalong-lalo na sa edukasyon ng ating mga kabataang Lumad. at saka marginalized sector. So kaya kami nandoon because we were invited for a national solidarity mission, makita yung sitwasyon ng ating mga eskwelahan, yung ating mga estudyante, because matagal ng panahon na talagang nakakaranas sila ng harassment at iba pang mga threat. So ako as a government official, I have all the right to extend my assistance to them.
Congresswoman Castro, we understand that you intend to seek reprieve from higher courts. Meron na po bang timeline as to when you will file this, which court you would approach to get a sort of reprieve, as mentioned?
Yeah, the rules tells us that within 15 days after we have received we have received the decision of the court, within 15 days we can file motion for appeal sa Court of Appeals. So I don't know yet if we will still file a motion for reconsideration in the court, but I think it's more on siguro our council's decision.
Congresswoman Castro, aside from the court of law, you also have to deal with the court of public opinion, especially because you have already announced that you intend to run for senator in 2025. How do you now convince the voters as well as the Commission on Elections to accept your certificate of candidacy despite this conviction?
Well, as we know, the decision is not yet final. We have still the Court of Appeals. We have still the Supreme Court. Not until the case is final, ay wala pa talaga itong final conviction. So paano ko po mako-convince ang ating mga voters? Well, I think that dapat pag-aralan po nila yung history ng mga lumad people, kung bakit nagkaganito, nagkaroon ng mga ganitong pangyayari sa kanila. At kami naman bilang as our advocacy, advocacy ko talaga yung pagtulong sa mga lumad. Makita naman yan sa performance at track record ko kung ano yung mga naitutulong natin sa mga oppressed, lalong-lalo na for education.
Rep. Castro, since we're already talking about the elections, can you give us an update with regard to the plan of the Makabayan Bloc to field a full Senate slate in 2025, meaning 12 candidates? Mayroon na po bang ibang napili aside from yourself?
Well, we will undergo a process pa to complete the 12, and as we kami ng...
There you go. Okay, audio's back on. You were saying we just missed yung first part po ng statement dahil sa nawala yung audio. Kindly repeat po.
We are on undergoing selection process, yung Makabayan. So ako nga yung first na nag-declare at tinanggap naman nila yung aking nomination. And soon later, meron din magde-declare maya-maya kung sino ang magde-declare mamaya yung Gabriela para sa kanilang nomination naman for the Senate. We still don't have complete na list of nomination, but we will try to complete it, and also open naman din kami for alliance with the same with the same principles as us na mga individual na mga candidate for Senate.
Ilan po ang ino-nominate ng Gabriela? Is it just going to be Representative Arlene Brosas, or are we looking at other nominees po?
Well, ako baka ma-preempt yung kanyang yung kanya mamaya niya. Well, sa ngayon ang alam ko lang isa lang yung napagkaisahan pa lang ng Gabriela.
Alright, so isa po for the education sector, another for the women's sector. Ilan pa po yung potential candidates na tinitingnan ng Makabayan Bloc to create a full slate? So far po, 10 pa yung kulang.
Well, we will have a candidate from the workers, from the fisher folks, from the peasant, IT group. We also have cultural group. So, yun yung alam ko na nag-ano ng nomination. Nagpa-file ng kanilang nomination sa Makabayan.
Okay. Rep. Castro, you mentioned that you are open to having alliances. Sino-sino po yung ibang blocks na tinitingnan natin for this alliance? Audio.
And in fact, may mga pag-uusap na rin po doon sa ibang mga like liberal, iba pang mga party sa opposition.
You are discussing, you're in talks with the Liberal Party?
Well, parang meron yata silang nakatakda, no, yung aming selection team at yung aming leadership na meron yatang mga talks with them.
Meaning, magko-combine po ba kayo ng isang slate or will you adopt certain candidates lang from their own slate?
We're not final yet, no, kung talagang combined or individual lang.
All right. Ma'am, a few elections ago, the Makabayan Bloc has always been fielding senatorial candidates, but unfortunately was unable to land in the Magic 12. What keeps you optimistic that this time around you will finally get a seat in that Senate elections?
Well, this is sabi nga namin, this is a strategy na para sa mga taong bayan naman. Walang choice ang mga tao kundi Duterte and Marcos lang ngayon, no, sa incoming election at saka yung mga few oppositions. Kaya tingin natin yung pag-field natin ng majority ng mga makabayan candidates as senators ay ibang ibang karanasan para sa ating mga mamayan. Kaya gusto natin na magkaroon ng alternative ang taong bayan na labas sa mga Marcos and Duterte's candidates.
All right, and we will have to leave it at that for now. Thank you so much, ACT Teachers Party List Representative Franz Castro.
Thank you po.
May kulanong salita na ang ibig sabihin dito ay ang pagkakaisa. Bunyog Party List. Halika na, Bunyog Party List ka na. Halika na, Bunyog Party List ka na.
Sa susunod, ang atinang suportahan, Bunyog Party List, nagtataguyod ng katotohanan, lumalaban para sa bayan.